Good evening, Falcons fans. My name is Patrick Seals, and welcome to the season finale of How Disappointing Are the Atlanta Falcons Going to Be for the season of 2021 to 2022. We just played our game against New Orleans Saints in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and sadly, the Falcons let us down again, baby. They let us down tremendously. They left the stadium in a tunnel somewhere because they didn't want the fans to see them, and this was a tremendous go out on your face. This was a horrible way to end the season for the Atlanta Falcons, who had everything to play for, trying to end the New Orleans Saints season. Gladly, the 49ers did that for us because the Atlanta Falcons couldn't be accounted to do that themselves. We had everything in the world to play for, but sadly, we still end the season 7-10. Sadly. But I predicted us to end the season off this way. I really did. I predicted us to lose against the Saints, which makes me 11-6 on the season for predictions, man. I don't know. I'm going to the playoffs against somebody, but this right here this is horrible. This is horrible. This game was something that you don't want to show too many people. This game was terrible. This is a tragic way to end our season after we've had a disappointing season so far, and now it's completely in the books. Our season finale is going off with a very, very weak cliffhanger that nobody wants to see the season return. But for now, we just look for the offseason, which doesn't look too bright for us neither, because Calvin Ridley wants out of this lonely Atlanta Falcons organization, and Kyle Pitts, he didn't break Mike Ditka's rookie tight end yards. I feel so bad for all these players, man, who just want good things for us, but we just don't want it for ourselves. Our team's trash, and we have to accept it. Gladly, we do have a top 10 pick in the draft, but the draft isn't until April, and that's only one pick. We still have the rest of the draft to worry about. Who shall we get, who should we not get, and so forth. It's going to be a long offseason for us, man. It was a terrible game for the Atlanta Falcons to play against a division rival, those dreaded New Orleans Saints. We're here yet again. They embarrassed us in front of our fans, and it's just the cycle repeats itself, man. The cycle repeats itself. Matt Ryan had 20 completions for 33 attempts. He had 216 yards. He was averaging 6.5 yards a throw. He had one touchdown in garbage time, one interception, and he was sacked 3 times. He had a QB passer rating of 77.3. Matt Ryan was hounded all day long with the ball in his hands, man. Everybody wanted a piece of him, from the Falcons offensive line to the New Orleans Saints defensive line. Everybody wanted a piece of him, and he was thrown to the turf 3 times a day. One time by Cam Jordan. He sacked Matt Ryan more than any defensive end has sacked any quarterback, with 23 sacks in his career of sacking Matt Ryan. This is a sad stat. That is a sad stat to have, that knowing that your team plays so bad against one particular player that it's historic. He has 23 sacks, the most anybody's ever had against one single quarterback in our offensive line. Make sure that happens on every play. Make sure that he's hounded, he can't get the ball off, he's harassed, he has to move around. He doesn't look comfortable in the pocket. Hopefully, he's going to come back. Everybody knows that he's going to come back, and I just hope that we draft somebody who can replace him eventually, because Matt Ryan will not be here forever. Just draft somebody who I know I feel confident with stepping in eventually when Matt Ryan has to step away from the game. But that's not going to happen this draft. That's not going to happen. We're not going to pick a quarterback in our first-round draft pick, and we can go ahead and get that out of our minds. So, who did Matt Ryan have to throw the ball to? He had Russell Gage. That's who. Russell Gage had 9 receptions for 126 yards. He was averaging 14 yards a catch. He had 1 touchdown, and he was targeted 13 times. So, here we are yet again. Russell Gage going off tremendously for our team, having over 100 yards receiving, and a touchdown, and an L to show for it. We have problems going on with the offensive line. We had too many turnovers. Mike Davis, I won't be too happy to never see this brother again. Hopefully, he will never ever play for my Atlanta Falcons again. He fumbled the ball twice. He regressed right back to form after having a mediocre stretch throughout the middle portion of the season. He goes right back to form to have 2 turnovers in this game, man. He had 2 turnovers in the one game that means the most to us Atlanta Falcons fans, and I do not ever want to see this dude ever again play for these Falcons. You can promise you that. Kyle Pitts, I'm sorry, they did that to you, man. You only had 2 receptions for 8 yards. He was averaging 4 yards a catch, no touchdown. You targeted 5 times, man. Oh, man, it was so sad. So sad. You're still a rookie. You still made it to the Pro Bowl, so that's something to look forward to. You didn't break Mike Ditka's rookie tight end receiving yards, but who needs that? Who needs that? Because you're going to bring us a Super Bowl victory. eventually. Hope that happens sometime in my lifetime. But it's not going to be this year. We will not be watching the playoffs from the field. We'll be watching the playoffs from our homes. It's a sad occasion. We won't. Oh, man. Terrible way to end our season, man. Terrible way to end our season. What do you say? Our stadium was empty today. Nobody wanted to be there. More Saints fans and Falcons fans. It was just, the defense was non-existent. Taysom Hill got hurt today, but yet the Falcons still let Trevor Siemian look like the pro that he is. He marched up and down the field at will on the Falcons. They didn't slow him down that one bit. The Atlanta Falcons defense gave up 369 yards total, with 174 yards through the air and 195 yards through the ground. They ran the ball all over us today, almost 200 yards on the ground. Alvin Kamara coming up for a majority of that. He had 30 carries for 146 yards. He was averaging 4.9 yards a carry and no touchdowns. He didn't need that because he had the rest of his team to depend on. Alvin Kamara was a one-man wrecking crew today, man. He ran all over us. He trounced us, man. And our defense giving up almost 200 yards rushing. And this was a perfect testament to what our team really is. A terrible defense with a terrible offensive line with a mediocre offense at best. We have small wide receivers. We have one humongous tight end who can be lined up in the wide receiver position and a running back / wide receiver as a predominant running back. So our team is mediocre and we sit at a putrid 7-10 on the record for the season and no hope for tomorrow. No hope. We don't have a chance to make the playoffs. Well, out of that, everybody will be joining hands and praying over just something good to happen to the Falcons because we can't do anything else. But gladly, we do have the Georgia Bulldogs who will be playing in the national championship game against the Alabama Crimson Tide tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And you can tune in tomorrow to catch me live stream my reactions to that game tomorrow at 8 o'clock. I'll be starting my live stream at 7:45-ish. I'll run that time, so tune in. Go ahead and subscribe now if you haven't already. I don't know, man. There's not too much to say about this game. There's not too much you can say about this game. We had a terrible season. Terrible season. We had one home game that we won here against the Detroit Lions. We can't beat any playoff caliber teams. We barely beat the Saints the first time. Come back around, get smacked by them in our hometown. And this is the way we end our season. This is who the Atlanta Falcons are. We can't deny our identity. We just have to sit for it for another year. We have to sit for it for another year and hope that we can do better next year, man. We've had some fun. We've had some sad times, but mainly sad times. But it's time to end our little therapy session that we've been having for the past 3 months, man. I have to end this therapy session. It hurts so bad, man. Y'all, thank y'all for sticking with me along this journey as I talk about my frustration with these Atlanta Falcons. But before I get out of here, I'm going to go ahead and rate my level of disappointment for the Falcons for the end of this game. And it has to be a 2. I'm only disappointed in the Falcons at a lovely 2 because I predicted us to lose this game. I knew we was going to get embarrassed to close out the rest of the season. And I'm not even disappointed in anybody. I'm disappointed in myself for being a Falcons fan. More than anything, I'm disappointed in myself for not giving myself an option to be able to choose somebody who doesn't disappoint and heartbreak and all those good things for their lovely fans and everything like that. Because they don't love me. They don't love me. They don't care about me. They don't. So yeah, man, it's time to end the series known as How Disappointing Has the Atlanta Falcons Been for the season of 2021 to 2022 because the season is over with. I will be starting again come August, September for the preseason drafts, those types of things. But until we meet again, friends, follow me, subscribe, share, comment, let me know how disappointing you feel like the season was for the Atlanta Falcons. Don't forget to subscribe to the Comedy Hustle LLC Patreon. Subscribe to the Comedy Hustle LLC Patreon. Thanks to Ace Cole for giving me the soundtrack of our season. I'm Patrick Seals. I see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.